So going back to business, and despite what I've said previously on some recovering signs, well, we just heard a pretty sad news as Manufacture Contemporaine du Temps just announced that they would temporarily stop their operation. Temporarily means like, okay, it's over. But anyhow, MCT and Denis Giguet, that's the creative and talented watchmaker behind this brand, well, they had introduced some pretty cool watches over the past few years. We never really covered them, unfortunately. But one of the originality of this brand, small independent brand, was their mechanical time display with jumping hours, moving panes, and retrograde hands. Of course, this was a very niche brand, rather confidential. Watches were not cheap, of course. But it just shows how difficult it is for these small independent brands to find their economical sustainability. And we just hope that the list won't get any longer, because you guys know how important these small brands are in bringing and keeping some kind of freshness and hype on the watchmaking table. Still in the business news and following the massive major announcements of the summer with the head of the Richemont group heading to take over Breitling, well, this has definitely shaken quite a few things or two. As a quick reminder, Mr. Georges Kern kind of shared his responsibilities with Mr. Jérôme Lambert, the former heading watches development and communication, the latter being in charge of operation. And though this news dates since already a few weeks ago, well, we still don't know who will replace Mr. Georges Kern. By the way, and if you haven't seen it, I clearly invite you to check the special report we did on this announcement and what it hides. A report entitled The Season Finale of the House of Cards of Watchmaking. And the good news is that the new season is about to begin with some new plots and other intrigues. So coming back on Richemont and its spectacular portfolio of super high-end brands, well, they are currently in a strange situation, and from the outside it looks like they don't really know where they're heading. I know it may sound a bit harsh to say it like this, but most of the brands have taken what I believe are questionable directions, and this is reflected with some of them struggling in terms of business. I mean, they need to reinvent themselves in a certain way, or to be more precise, I mean, they need to redefine who they are, go back to the origin, what is their core legitimacy, and stick to it instead of all trying to become lifestyle brands. And I'm not saying this with a passéist or nostalgic mindset. Things have changed and you need to evolve and adapt. I concur, no problem about that. But anyhow, quite a tough challenge ahead of them, and therefore the recruitment of the group's new CEO is a very strategic and determining choice. We don't know if they will look for a profile within the group. Sounds a bit complicated because of all the politics there. But then, are there that many outside players suited for the role? Not that many. Well, cards are on the table, and this hotspot in the Richemont food chain will be a complicated position to fulfill. I can't wait to know more, and count on us for some follow-up on this intriguing and development and the consequences it will provoke.